Hey, what's up, JeahBaes? It's me, and it is time for the Natasha Denona Star Palette swatch and review. Let's start with the basics. Let's get it all out of the way because I already know that if you are watching this video at this point, that you have already heard about this palette and how much it cost. Yes, she's expensive. The Natasha Denona Star Palette retails for $169 pre-tax. And your girl went ahead and bought this during the VIB sale, so you know, I got a little coinage off. But that doesn't mean that this palette is cheap. It still isn't cheap, even with 20% off. It's just not cheap. However, you can score this palette on Beautylish for 3 installments. What's really cool about Beautylish is that they allow you to pay for your purchases in up to 3 monthly installments. So if you weren't really feeling up to dropping a full $170 just like at one time, you could totally do it that way. Totally do Beautylish. If you're like me and you like your Ebates and your Sephora points, then you just gonna buy it straight out. That's what I did. I'm wearing it on my eyes right now. You guys will see the demo for this look later on in the video, but for now, let's get into the swatches. So let's just talk about the packaging real quick. It is a very thick, sturdy material. I don't know if this is just cardboard. I don't think it is. The outside is a beautiful embossed, I want to say that this is like a very soft yellow gold color. And then you open it up, it's magnetized, and it is very good magnetic closure. This bad boy is not opening up on you unless you wanted to. Then you get a mirror. I haven't taken the film off of it yet, but you get a really nice mirror. And you get this perforated plastic cover that has all the names of each eyeshadow color on it. You also get the names on the box that it comes in. They're all in the back, as well as the ingredients. This eyeshadow formula has also been reformulated to not include parabens and to be cruelty free. So the ingredients have changed, so the formula has changed a little bit, I would say for the better, considering I went ahead and beat this face today, and I was very pleased with the way that these shadows perform. As I mentioned, these have come in 4 textures within the same palette. You have the straight up mattes, you have some creamy satins, you have some beautiful metallics, and then you have the crushed pearl pigments, and they are all great. I spent my own coin on this. I was not given a darn thing, you guys. So my review is going to be completely unbiased. This is my first Natasha Denona product. I know that Natasha Denona products are expensive. I know that she is a renowned makeup artist who is known for quality. And when she came out with her makeup line, she had the pros in mind. She was focused on professional makeup artists, not necessarily retail. And so her products are designed to be extremely effective, long-lasting, highly pigmented, etc. And now that I have tried one of her products and I have been pleased with how it performs, I am willing, personally, to spend the money on what works. I have heard my girl Mo of They Call Me Mo talk about the mattifying primer that she has. So I'm very interested in trying that. I've still got my oily areas, so I would love to, you know, explore more mattifying products. Also, I have seen a lot of talk about her Blackest Black matte eyeshadow. It's a single pan eyeshadow, lots and lots of product in it. There's also a shimmer shade that, now that I have seen what this palette can do, I'm very interested in trying. There's just, you know, she's also has some 5 shadow palettes that are more affordable than the $169, $239 palettes that she has out there. So if you are interested in trying her eyeshadows but you don't want to spend over $100, they do have some for around $50 that you can check out, and at $10 a pan, technically, that's actually a pretty good deal. So in this particular palette, which Natasha has not decided whether or not it's going to be a limited edition palette, there are 18 shades. They are divided into a cool and warm palette, like, you know, cool and warm palette. And this side features more of your mattes, and your satin finishes, and then this side has way more shimmer. All of these colors, she has a transition shade for everybody. Even if you're super pale, I feel like you could probably use the pink one. And then for like a smokier look, you could totally use the gray one up here. And I'm gonna name them. It's just that I haven't remembered all of the names, so I'm gonna just divide them up into shimmery / crystal or pearlized pigments, and then the more matte or subtle shades. That's how I'm gonna do it for the sake of this video. First up, we're gonna talk about the shimmery shades. So that would be the metallics and the pearlized pigments. You want to be careful with the pearlized pigments. You do get a lot of product in here, 2.2 grams per pan, which is a lot. That's a big eyeshadow pan. And with that being said, I would say that you are going to have a lot more fallout and a lot more waste of product from the pearlized pigments. And for example, this one, Galaxia is the most fallout-tastic, as you can see. It's literally like snowing. But I do have it on the inner portion of my eyes. It's giving a lot of reflex. It is, let's go ahead and swatch it right there. As you can see, it's quite chunky. It's quite chunky, but the color, like, woo, do you see that? It's worth it. Like, if you were to, and definitely use your fingers with these. Definitely use your fingers. You're not gonna get the same pickup. You're not gonna get the same pigmentation if you don't use your fingers. These are finger shadows. And you wanna put that maybe on the center of your lid possibly, or over top of very, very saturated color. This will look amazing as a topper. But the fallout on that one is fantastic. So you're going to want to use, you're going to want to do your eyes first. I would definitely advise you to do your eyes first with this palette. Not to say that you experience a lot of fallout with the matte shades. I didn't, but with the pearlized pigments that are very chunky, you're going to get fallout, especially with Galaxia. Currently swatched, I have Rhea and Polaris and Rhea. This is Polaris and this is Rhea. Now I'm gonna swatch them here. Boom, get into that. So Polaris is a yellow gold and it has a lot of glitter in it. Like it is, do you see how it's picking up? Like it's like Sparkle City, right? And then you have Rhea, which is more of a metallic sheen. It's a metallic shimmer. So this one's glittery, this one's more metallic. But you're getting like tons of color payoff. This bad boy is buttery. Rhea is buttery. You definitely get like chunky glitter in Polaris, but not as chunky as Galaxia. And I think that if you use a glitter adhesive, I used Glitter Insurance from Too Faced. I think that if you use that, you will not experience the fallout from the glitter shimmer or the metallic shimmer shades. Now we're going to move over to the warmer side. Over here, there are 5 shimmery shades, and I'm going to swatch each of them for you. First up are Spectrum and Bellatrix. Spectrum is a beautiful olive tone metallic, and Bellatrix is a very peachy champagne shade. As you can see, you can totally see all of that pearl, crystally, glittery greatness in Spectrum, and you can see that gorgeous metallic sheen in Bellatrix. Now this is, this is where the level of intensity in terms of what you're looking for comes in. How you want to wear these shadows. You can absolutely pair them together. I don't know that I would pair these two particular colors together, but they're both absolutely gorgeous. This is such a gorgeous olive gold, olive bronze shade, if you will. And this one right here is such a pretty peachy champagne. This is a very pretty everyday shadow. If you are someone who likes to sparkle every single day, I would absolutely recommend this one. Next up is my personal favorite from this palette, and it is Orion. That's going on right in the center right there. And then let me go ahead and swatch it for you, because my I live my whole life for this color. This is the color that's on my mobile lid. And it's got everything in it. It has teal, it has purple, it has like the most gorgeous iridescence. It's a metallic. The formula I think is on point with this one. I didn't have to do a lot to make it true to color on my lid. I used my fingers and it worked out beautifully. For the last two colors, this is Cosmos and this is Vikeejeah. I'm just gonna swatch them here. Yes, ma'am. So as you can see with Vikeejeah, which is for me like a true bronze, very orange in tone. It's got very chunky sparkle to it, but it does read more metallic once you blend it in. And then for Cosmos, it's full on glitter, full on pearlized shimmer. As you can see, that is just absolute glitter-tastic greatness. Spectrum and Cosmos are just insanely glittery. Can't get enough. So since we started off on the cool side, I'm gonna start off there again for the matte colors. We're just gonna go from here and then across here and right there. So there are two different textures in the matte shades. There are the true mattes, which are up here, Diadem and Vega. Here they are. Very soft, very blendable, very buildable shades. They look pastel here, but if you build them up, the intensity becomes more opaque. And then right here is Phoenix. This is the beginning of a satin buttery matte. And the textures are totally different when you touch them. You have to touch them to understand what I'm talking about. And then we have Supernova, which has a touch of iridescence to it, but is the same texture as Phoenix. There it is. It's a gorgeous taupe, as you can see there. And what I found that I really enjoyed about the mattes was how blendable they are. They're extremely blendable, they're extremely soft and extremely buildable. I used about 2 layers to set my eyelids, and then it made it smooth sailing to go in and deepen my crease and then come back around and add in the brow bone highlight. It was like flawless. The last 2 colors are Electra and Atique. Electra and Phoenix look very similar, but I would definitely say that Phoenix has more of a Bordeaux appearance and Electra is more plum. I'll even add another layer just so that you can get a better look at it. Yeah, it's definitely more of a plum. So you could use them, you could use the plum shade, the Electra, to deepen the outer V. If you were using Phoenix as a lid color, I think that would be a really beautiful combo. And then the last color is Atique, and Atique is what I'm wearing on my brow bone right now. And I think it's a really pretty warm brown shade. I mean, it's a neutral brown. It looks a lot brighter on camera than it does in person. In person, to me, it's giving off a camel color, very similar to like a tan bag. I think that it looks like that, and again, very buttery and soft. I would say that 1, 2, and 3 are the super mattes, and then the 3 in the center are more of the satin, denser mattes. And then from the cool side, we're going to tackle the 4 matte shades on this side. First 2 are Earth and Flesh. Earth is very obviously a cool tone, super deep brown shade, and then Flesh is somebody's skin tone. It's not mine, but you know, it works for my lid. It worked for setting my lid. I believe that's what I used to set all over the lid, as a matter of fact. And it's a nice peachy undertoned neutral. So it'll work on a lot of different skin tones to set your lid, or to just maybe if you're deeper toned, highlight the brow bone. It'll be really great for that. If your undertones are red, it'll work. Next up is Gamma and Titania, which I think is my favorite neutral tone. So there's Gamma, which I need to grab a little bit more of. Gamma's a really awesome shade. This is Gamma right here. And I like it because it's the more redder toned cousin to Earth. And I like it to actually warm up Earth, even though it's not a warm undertoned brown. But it looks so in comparison to Earth. So I like to use it to warm up the crease a little bit after going in with Earth to deepen the crease. And then right here is Titania, which is a really awesome neutral toned light brown. And this would be a great lid color for a lot of different skin tones. A great transition shade, which is what I used it for today. And yeah, I really liked it. I thought that overall, all of the formulas in here blend beautifully, play well with each other. The colors are very everyday friendly. I think they're very user friendly for I think that the color choices in here can make some really beautiful everyday and day to evening looks. I don't feel like if you're going to use a shimmer shade that you should put it on after you've done your makeup, though. You absolutely have to do your eyes first with this palette. Let's see, what else would I say about it? In terms of value, you get so much more product in here than you have pretty much in any other eyeshadow palette that you own, girl. So it's definitely worth the price in terms of how much product you're getting. You're absolutely paying for the name to a certain extent. But if you're going to get any of them, if you're going to get any of the palettes, I would definitely suggest trying out the Star palette first. And then since she has reformulated her original palettes, the first 28 palettes, the 28 shadow palettes, that, you know, if you like it and you feel like it's worth it to you, try out one of the other ones. There are 2 color stories that you can choose from. She also has the 10 shadow palette that recently came out. And then she has the 5 shadow palettes, which are a really great place to start if you don't want to spend over $100, because they're about $48. And I think, again, that's also a good value for the amount of product that you're getting. So I'm digging it. Natasha Denona, you're all right with me, girl. And coming up, we have the demo for how I got this eye look, and then I will see you after the demo for closing remarks. So stay tuned, you guys. All right, I'm gonna get going with my shadow base. This one is from NARS. I'm just gonna put on a thin layer of that, and then I'm going to set with my very first shade. Oh no, I'm lying, look at me. I'm actually using Makeup Forever's HD translucent powder really quickly just to set that base, and then I'm going to kick things off with the palette officially. And the first shade I'm going to use to set my entire lid is Flesh. Now, as I mentioned, I could use this for my lid, so I did. I just wanted to cancel out any of my veins or anything from showing. And now I'm going in to bring it closer to my skin tone with Atique. And Atique is going to act as my brow bone highlight. So I'm using the lightest shade that I'm going to be using all over the lid again. And now I'm going to start deepening my crease with Earth. I didn't want to use too many colors, and at this point I had plenty down to create a nice blend. And I just love the texture of this eyeshadow. Buildable like crazy. I think I'm laughing at a podcast, so occasionally I'm going to start cracking up. And then my husband, of course, is off to the side being really funny. So now I'm gonna warm up my crease, as I mentioned in the review, with Gamma. And I like the combination of Gamma and Earth together. I think that it's a really great kind of universal crease that will go with any of the other shimmery shades in the palette. Now I'm going to put a little bit of glitter glue from Too Faced on my mobile lid with a thin concealer brush. This one is from Sephora Pro. So once I have a nice even layer on my mobile lid, I'm gonna go in with Orion, which is my absolute favorite color in the entire palette. And I'm just gonna spread that across my mobile lid, and then I'm gonna pat to make sure that it is highly saturated. Look how much I love it. And then on the inner tear duct, I'm using Max Mixing Medium, and then I'm going to tap my finger into Galaxia and tap that. Look at how intense that is, you guys. Like, ugh. I had to actually blend that out a little bit. It was just so powerful. Then I'm cleaning up underneath my eyes, and I'm gonna do the rest of my face before I go back in and fix up that under eye. So I'm using Titania, and then I'm going into Earth again to connect it to the crease on the upper lid. And on my lower lash line, instead of using Galaxia, I used Polaris, which is a really beautiful yellow gold. And then I am taking my finger with the color Flesh and brightening up my brow bone. I thought I used a teak again, but I did not. And that was it. I did the rest of my face off camera, took a couple of selfies for the gram, and that's pretty much all she wrote, you guys. That is my first experience with the Natasha Denona Star Palette, and so far so good. I absolutely love it. All right, JeahBaes, that's gonna do it for this video. Thank you so much for checking out my Natasha Denona Star Palette review. If you liked this video, definitely let me know that by giving it a thumbs up. If you want to see more shadow palette reviews, let me know in the comment sections. I have the Mario palette, I have the Modern Renaissance palette, and I have the Huda Beauty palette. So let me know if you want to see swatches and demos and things like that. Let me know in the comment section. If you are not yet a JeahBaes and you would like to be one, just go ahead and click the red subscriber button and you will automatically be part of the JeahBaes fam. If you want to follow me on all my social media, I have linked it all for you in the description box. I have also linked for you where to go for this palette, Beautylish and Sephora. Also, the Natasha Denona website. You can check that one out as well. Ebates, get you some if you don't have it already. I have also linked that in the description box. Get yourself on Ebates, like seriously. There is no reason this holiday season that you shouldn't also be getting paid for shopping, right? Get that cash back, seriously, because a lot of major retailers participate, and you'd actually be surprised at how many do. You got your Macy's, you got your Sephora, you got your Ulta, like they're all out there. And yeah, I think that that's it, you guys. So oh, no, that isn't it. The last thing that I wanted to remind all of you of is that I am having my 1,000 subscriber giveaway. So there's the link right up there for you to check out that video so you can get all the rules and details on how to enter. And that giveaway ends on December 15th. So you have plenty of time still to enter. Thank you so much for rocking with me. Thank you for watching this video, and I will see you next time.